Hi, welcome back to the Daily Increment. I am Daniel Susser, Agile and Lean Coach, and today we're going to be talking about the Lean Startup. What does it mean to be lean? Why do we keep hearing about this? Why is it so important to the world of building an exciting, world-beating product? So we've been focusing until now on the problem, solution, fit, and we've been looking at the problem side of it. How do you know who the people are and what their problem is? And now we're going to look at the solution. So how do you know that your thing is the solution to someone's problem? This is on the assumption that you validated that the problem exists with the people that you think it exists for or with. And the way that you work out whether your solution is a good one, cheaply and quickly, before scaling, before thinking about the market, is with the techniques found in the Lean Startup. Now, the Lean Startup is potentially the most powerful piece of reading that you can do on how to bring a new idea, an innovative idea, and make it work and not invest loads of money and time in something that doesn't work, isn't the right idea. And the idea is like this. The word lean, the idea of lean, came from the manufacturing world. It was based on the idea that in manufacturing, let's say you're manufacturing a car, and lots of these ideas came from Toyota. There were lots of ways that you could make a car that was really wasteful. Like you could make a car and then you could find out that all the doors were a bit broken and then you'd have to go back and remake them. And the idea in there is that there's a lot of waste. So lean is about having really good controls over not doing wasteful things, not making broken doors in order to go and fix them. Just make good doors the first way around and set up the processes and culture in your factory to make better doors the first time. And this guy, Eric Ries, of the Lean Startup, applied the same concept of reducing waste and doing what matters to the idea of a startup. And he came up with this. This is literally a diagram from the book. I didn't invent this. I'm not claiming to have invented it. Eric Ries invented this. He's really clever. And the idea is like this. You want to reduce waste in your new idea, in your new venture. What is waste? It's not broken doors, it's doing the wrong thing, pursuing the wrong idea. So once you've got an idea for what you think the solution is, you want to learn as quickly as possible whether your idea is a good solution. And you do that by going through these cycles of build, measure, learn. So you start with an idea. So you build something. What do you build? You build products or tests. And I'll talk about this distinction between those two in a second. Then you measure the results of what those products and tests do. You measure data. And then you learn stuff. And what do you learn? You learn new ideas, which are either going to validate or invalidate the first thing that you thought was going to be a good solution. And the beautiful thing about the Lean Startup, the real innovation there, was that these things that you build don't have to be the whole business. It doesn't have to be the whole grandiose idea of what you think your wonderful £10 million business is going to be. You can build something a lot smaller in order to test the most important things. And the idea discussed in the Lean Startup, which is really relevant for especially people doing side hustles and things where they haven't got like billions of pounds to waste, is that the quicker you can get through these loops, the better. Because every time you go through one of these loops, you learn something really important, you change direction towards doing the right thing that can actually work. And any time that you're working on something that is not about getting you through the quickest loop possible, that's waste. So the Lean Startup is about getting through these loops as quickly as possible by building the smallest possible products, or maybe not even a product, but just a test that represents your product, and then measuring stuff in order to be able to learn, in order to be able to build something differently, to be able to check. And then eventually when you get to a point where you're building stuff that really works because you've gone through a few iterations of minimal viable products, smallest test that you can release and put in front of users to get real results, the quicker you can build the right things, the more you can know that it's worth investing in the idea because you've seen it work in real life. And in the next videos, we're going to look at what are some of these products and tests. Again, I'm just going to pinch them from the Lean Startup. I'm just going to talk about them enthusiastically and with pen on my fridge. And I'm hoping that that's enough. Buy the Lean Startup and read it as well. But we're going to go through a couple of the key and I think most impactful tests and ways of thinking about what you should be building that mean that you don't have to build your entire idea to work out whether it's valuable. See you then.